in a world where greenhouse gas emissions are causing a global climate catastrophe, there is a dire need for a solution. But humanity has a secret weapon.
Earth, the planet we live on, in case you didn't know that, is covered in vast oceans. These oceans are estimated to contain 1 trillion watts of clean energy waiting to be harvested. If we could tap into that, we could change the face of energy production forever.
But how can we harness the energy trapped in our oceans?
Ocean wave power, dudes!
Hello, and welcome to our special on ocean wave power. Perhaps the most essential thing about understanding ocean wave power is first understanding how it works. Here to explain that is surfer Reese Finley. Reese?
Ocean wave power's like a total gremlin in terms of energy production, bruh. Because of this, no one's quite sure how to do it best, man. There are over 100 different ideas with 10 working prototypes and 2 in particular which are really gnarly. Blue wave is a big old thing out of concrete with a turbine and a generator, man. As the air gets pushed out by a gnarly killer wave, the water enters and then it exits, and the air turns a turbine when it enters because it's a vacuum. It kind of sounds like a large animal breathing when it's operated, man. The other one's the autonomous power buoy. It's like a buoy you run into while you're surfing the really killer gnarly waves. And when it rips through the buoy, it makes its 25-foot long spar bounce up and down like a dancer. And it produces a bunch of electricity, which is totally makes us all stoked.
Thank you, Reese. We return after our pros and commercials.
Hello! Are you tired of your ocean not producing any electricity? Well, be tired no longer with the new Autonomous Power Buoy, or APB. The APB produces 100 kilowatts of electricity per day and is approved by the U.S. Navy. Its distinctive shape and compact design means minimal impedance of maritime traffic. There's little risk of it harming the environment, even if it becomes unmoored. And you can buy tons of APBs and put them in the field to generate even more electricity. Call 1-800-POWBUOY today to buy your APB.
Seabed preparation needed. Side effects include eyesores, sinking, and sudden disappearance of $9 million of state funds to Australia. If you have a lack of small marine creatures lasting more than 365 days, call your local marine biologist. You may be suffering from great disturbance of the natural climate.
New from Oceanic's Blue Wave Power Converter. It creates massive amounts of electricity, making your lights stay on at very little of the environmental cost of fossil fuels. Just put in your water. And wow, electricity is immediately started to be produced. It's tough, concrete shell. Each one model can last up to 25 continuous years. It needs no special seabed preparation. It can produce up to 3 megawatts of electricity and desalinated water.
Right. The blue waves should do very little to disturb marine life. What disruption does occur is as a result of initial deployment. It is not our fault, it is your fault. Liability is on you. Like many of these experimental methods, it can be an eyesore and does cause some noise pollution, likely through large animals breathing. Incidents where the green wave is sunk or become stranded have occurred.
Hello, and welcome back to Barstania News' special coverage of ocean wave power. Here today with us is an expert on the subject, Mr. Lynx Ocean. Now, Mr. Lynx, let's not waste any time. During our all-access coverage, we have covered in specifics 2 devices, the Autonomous Power Buoy and the Ocean Lynx Blue Wave. Where do you think these 2 devices would best be put?
being ocean wave power devices and being the expert I am, I can determine that these devices would be placed in the ocean.
No way. But where specifically in the ocean?
Well, in Canada, this would mean along the coastlines of the ocean. So for the autonomous power buoy, because it can only function in depths of up to 25 feet, then it's best put along near the coast of Canada, especially in an area known as the Gulf of St. Lawrence. This area functions like a V, channeling the waves into where the St. Lawrence River meets the Atlantic Ocean, which makes the waves more powerful and therefore the energy generated more powerful as well. And
what of the blue wave?
Well, the blue wave, because it can function in depths up to 115 feet deep, it's a lot more flexible in terms where you can put it, and you can put it in areas which are have a lot more powerful waves. So, for example, you could put it in the area around Sable Island off the east coast of Nova Scotia, where the waves are a lot more powerful, as you can see from the wave chart that's up right now. So it would be a lot more functional there and produce a lot more power. As well as over on the west coast, off the coast of Vancouver Island, you have a similar situation. The west coast, of course. Where also the waves are more powerful, and the water is deep, but not too deep for the green wave.
Interesting. Thank you, Mr. Ocean.
Thank you.
This has been Refn, Stephen's brother, on Ocean Wave Power. Thank you for watching, and good night.